So, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Redstone Quarry podcast, episode 30B. We have decided, because enemy isn't here, we get complete dictatorial rule over the name, which will be 30B, I suppose. So, let's first start introducing people, starting at the top.
I'm dark.
I'm Micro, Matt Comp.
I'm NWA.
I'm Nils.
And I am Wout. And I guess I should also continue. So today we had this kind of a special edition, as we said. We're going to talk about Minecon for a little bit. Mostly, I guess, the features which were discussed, and going to have
I
a bit of
think
a
only
technical discussion.
Minecon. That's the
Well,
plan, right?
Yeah, we're not going to do the follow-up or anything like that. We'll
We're
just
doing
get through
pretty
everything.
much news and general discussion about Minecon.
Well, I think we should keep the news in the Minecon. Like, I also saw some videos since last time we recorded.
We
but
should not discuss them.
Yeah, like I think we already will have enough to talk about like this, and then on the next podcast we just do a full recap of the week as we usually do. So, well, I guess me and enemy also isn't here unfortunately. He couldn't make it
face.
because of timings. Yes, sad face.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Norwegian and I are the people who were there, but we can all discuss, I guess, because we all know some
I
stuff
saw
about
the
technical
live,
Minecraft.
live stream.
And yeah, some people of course were watching
Probably.
the live stream,
You didn't
which
see the
didn't feature
Redstone
all panels.
Yes,
Damn it,
that's stupid.
Mojang. Yeah,
And
actually, it can
they
take quite a
streamed-
while.
They streamed some stuff that I didn't want to watch.
Did you watch
Well,
Stampy?
In
they
my
just-
opinion, boring. And
Stampy! Oh my god!
Oh no!
I just saw
that
him
was
in
of
the,
course my
family stream.
favorite part
Yeah,
of
you-
it. But they didn't stream the Redstone battle. And stuff.
I could
It
so have
makes
asked him
me
for a signature,
sad.
and he would have been.
Yeah, me too.
Well, actually, he would probably have run away and called security.
Oh, and
But,
don't forget that one guy, Kappa.
Kappa?
Oh.
When he,
I don't get
wait,
the
you
joke.
don't know that one guy during Minecon who was just like screaming Kappa during certain panels?
I didn't see that,
No?
no.
Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Okay, interesting. Now, continuing. Well, Norwegian, I guess. We can. Oh yeah. Before we continue, we quickly have to stop the cliffhanger from last time. So basically, enemy lined up with to have his, of course, to have his photo taken with Mumbo because he's a big fan. And basically, then well, he slapped him.
Yay.
Yay.
That was it.
It was not a hard slap, so I wouldn't really be that excited for it, but
Yeah, and also
was
it
still
wasn't.
pretty
It was
cool.
completely prepared, and I actually almost only just got it on camera, so there's not too much build up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was prepared, and Mumbo did not kill enemy afterwards.
Yay.
In fact, he still remembered it the next day on the panel. So
Wout
Well,
Wait, he did?
didn't upload
Think
it
so.
yet, so maybe it's just
well,
fake.
I will get the footage on Sunday. Like I have like gigabytes of videos and like I don't know, like 50 photos or something.
Jeez,
like-
like
Didn't
a-
you use a proper compression and stuff?
Well, it's the camera's pretty old, so and I can probably get all the footage down to half the size if I just throw it through AVConf. But that takes some time, and I'm too lazy to do that for now.
And time
so,
is money.
Yay.
not really. So we should probably continue. So first day there wasn't really. Well, Friday I guess we went to the Hermitcraft meetup. Not too much technical stuff to talk about. We recorded the podcast. Anything else? I guess not. Yeah, like we're just gonna kind of go through stuff. Saturday also not too much, I guess. Norwegian. Is there anything we should discuss from then?
Didn't we do the podcast
Wasn't
Saturday?
the Redstone?
No, we do it on Friday.
Friday.
Well, actually, like we can talk about
Saturday.
the Redstone panel, but I mean, what technical stuff would we discuss?
Some of the questions. Do you
Was there
remember
anything
any?
funny during the Redstone panel? Like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
when
there were
Mumbo,
jokes.
when Mumbo talks about his store and then Wout was sitting next to him.
He was like, well, my most complex thing is probably my 5x15 door, but that's kind of sad because I'm sitting next to the chap who made a 100 by 100 one. But and then unoriginally, I also went ahead and talked about my 100 by 100 door afterwards. So, well, we should probably go to the Minecon news then. I don't think there was really anything interesting on Saturday. I think we should mostly focus on Sunday because there were 2 panels by
Yeah.
Mojang on that day, and actually I also have some photos, and maybe we could get that in for. Maybe we could even try to get it in for the background footage. Who knows? So if you're seeing it,
come on.
okay, it
Takes
looks like
too-
it won't, because Niels is too lazy. Blame
Background
Niels.
footage is background, and it's not that. Yeah.
Okay, apparently it's background. Very important to
Yes.
stick to the definition of a podcast. Background. So
Background.
thanks, Niels, for your
It's just
clarification.
because YouTube doesn't allow an audio file. It has to be a video file. That's why the background footage is there.
Okay, thanks a lot for your wise advice, Niels. So there will not be pictures, but just imagine with us.
No,
Yay.
show notes.
Show, jeez, show notes, yes, because that's way more practical than the video.
Yes.
Oh well.
Otherwise, you have to watch a video, and then you cannot have it in the background.
Okay, then I will have to upload pictures which are like way too large because camera resolution and stuff.
How would
Um,
you get them in the background footage otherwise? You have to upload them so I can download them.
I
You have to
know I
upload
wasn't
them anyway. So
Niels, but just the day afterwards, we're still tired.
oh, sorry.
Yes, just don't blame me for anything. I'm just well. This podcast isn't going anywhere. That's why we said special edition people. If you wanted the content, the last one was probably more
We're
interesting.
saying it's special edition because we are special people doing a podcast.
Yes, of course.
We are
So
professionals at this.
we should totally get to, I think, to the probably the most important panel for us, or at least for the technical community, the upcoming features panel on Sunday at 11.
Oh yeah.
So I got some pictures from there, but yeah, I guess we can talk about that. Well, Norwegian, you haven't talked a lot.
Haven't I?
No, you haven't.
Not.
Yes, you have not talked a lot about it.
About the the technical part of the update.
Well, just whatever. Okay, let's just continue.
What-
Let us just continue. Okay, first feature. As far as I know, they started out with discussing the AMP for a bit. Was any of you watching the live stream actually?
Was
No, I
there?
wasn't watching the live stream, but I
I've
rewatched
watched,
some videos Doc uploaded.
I watched,
I
the
watched
live
a
stream.
new feature, so that was it. Because that's all I really cared about, honestly.
No, makes sense. Okay,
I've watched the
so
live stream, and I even set an alarm to watch the live stream.
Nice.
'Cause I knew
well, it
what
was a
live there
12-year
wouldn't be.
time, so it was all right, I guess. But
Yes,
Um,
but I knew that they wouldn't be awake
Well-
otherwise.
Something I found kind of interesting is like the for horses there's like different skins and stuff, and there might be that for like cows and sheep and stuff.
yeah,
really?
that was also at the other panel, and
Yeah.
like they kind of responded that they're probably going to be textures, variable texture for, I think, all or most animals. Probably not mobs, but
Wasn't it
that was-
already possible using custom resource packs?
no, it's just you have one cow texture as this right now. So
No, but with resource packs, I know for sure that's possible. I used to have one resource
Yeah,
pack
yeah, yeah, but
where
this
the Steve had different versions. One of them had a green band, and the other one had a blue shirt, and it's all a little bit different. And also, the cows were a little bit different in each version. It was just picking one of the random textures.
yeah,
that's
but
one
this
of the
is gonna be
strange.
in the game, not just in a texture pack.
Resource pack.
Yeah, and a
no,
default
no,
one,
but
Yeah,
like
whatever.
no, but Neil said this is interesting because I don't understand how that would work, to be honest. With just maybe you can have the game pick from a series of textures, but I don't think it works. So maybe there is
I
already.
know that that was working, and that was a couple of
Yeah,
years ago
I've had a resource
already.
pack that's done that before as well.
So it's just not a new feature. It's more that it's
It's
in
more
a
or less a
default now.
re-implementation.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess that's going to be interesting then. Moving on. As for the
Should we-
end, new features. Yes, Neil. Norwegian.
Should we talk about the ant island, and you can respawn the dragon and make now Panda's dragon farm?
We guess that's possible, yes. But basically, so the entire end will be revised. First of all, they do not want there to be infinite void. They want there to be, well, infinite, well, you could say interesting features. So they're going to have more than one end island. In fact, they're just going to generate as well. I hope there's going to be some gaps so we can still make underend farms easily. But
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Doc had an interview with Dinnerbone about that, and in there Dinnerbone said it would be your island that you have right now will be in the center of the end, and those extra islands, those will only generate a couple of thousand blocks far away in a kind of donut shape.
Oh,
So,
nice.
They will be all around the center island, but your center island and quite a big margin around that will be kept how it is. And only if you went out for a couple of thousand blocks, then the world could be kind of strange with generating new stuff, but otherwise it would be fine.
So basically, like that's going to be. Well, you say like in a donut shape, so there is a limited amount. There's just going to be multiple islands.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't
He
know.
didn't really say it.
I think they want to make it
clear-
infinite, actually. Like
Yeah,
just have
but
them spread around
I-
randomly.
I don't know if he meant in a donut shape that's only one ring of extra islands, or that it's that one ring and further beyond new islands. I don't know.
Like I thought it was in myself. So I don't know.
Either way, I'm super hyped. now
Well,
that I'm not worried about having to have Enderman farms harder to make and all that stuff, it's kind of a
What-
relief.
One thing I don't like about the end change is there's a set portal now, and
yeah.
like I liked where you could kill the dragon where you wanted the portal at,
Oh
but
yeah.
now that's not possible.
Well,
The thing
luckily
with-
we will be able to keep the bar portal the way it is, but yeah, for new players that's not too
Yeah.
nice.
I'm super proud of having my portal like perfectly lined up with my end platform. But I mean, not being able to do that ever again, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
I would
won't-
like to just have one extra portal right next to the end platform, because our portal is now 100 blocks away.
Yeah, it would be nice to have multiple portals, but maybe there will be a way to export that. I mean, Mojang with new features, so
Well, he said you could spawn multiple dragons now, but you craft in the crystals, which seems
you
to
can
be
probably only have one at a time normally. So who knows?
Normally. But I
Yeah.
mean, what about the Ender Dragon egg dupes?
Yeah, I mean, if the Ender Dragon egg if the dragon egg is involved, then we could probably get it done using the Sans
Well,
duplication glitch.
also they said that there'll only be one egg too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what they want, but they are not taking duplication
yeah.
glitch into account. And they're
Yeah.
probably not going to fix anything either. We'll talk about it later, probably.
What if we make like a quad Ender Dragon farm?
Ender Dragon farm, what?
A quad dragon Ender Dragon farm. Like 4 Ender Dragons in the Ender Dragon farm. Like you'd be just absolutely drowning in experience.
Oh,
Yes.
an Ender Dragon farm with 4 Ender Dragons. I
Yes.
thought you meant a farm to generate Ender Dragons with using
Wait
Ender
a second.
Dragons. Just kidding.
If we could spawn in a new dragon, per
Yes.
se, on old maps, being we already have the exit, could we make Pandas XP farm and have an exit too?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
Oh yes, that thing's amazing.
And you
With
could
the
probably
dragon-
have like multiple dragons even.
Ooh.
If they don't mess with the end animation.
Yeah, I mean,
and
if you
stuff
actually
like
think
that.
about it, if you do the farm, if you make the farm with like a small run distance, like 6 chunks or something, and that way you can get the end dragons pretty close to each other, like basically on like a line along the x-axis or something, without actually interfering with any other dragons, right?
Yeah.
And then if when using the farm, if you go for like a big run distance, like 20 or 16 or something, you can load them all at the same time if they're on the same line, and then go back and then have like 3 Ender Dragons in your XP farm or something. assuming we can use the dragon egg and we can duplicate the dragon egg to get multiple dragons, of course, but it
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
be unreasonable to think that's possible.
But my thing
I
is,
will
I
see.
don't think the recipe for a new dragon will be the egg.
But if
they
it-
didn't make it sound like that.
I
It
think
is.
it is that you have to have all those with the new thing that you don't have the random petals anymore. You have them in a circle.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if it's from the interview or from the panel, but if you place new of those crystals that you can now craft on all of those pillars, then you would spawn a new one, something like that.
Yeah, you will
Right,
also
so-
be able to craft Ender crystals. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
so the crystals lose their
Aesthetics, yeah.
entire value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
That's
Well,
I have
he
to
said-
say the way to get crystals using the population method was a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah.
yes, and then
definitely.
it's something because we now have one at spawn, and I don't know who said, "Whoa, you have one at spawn," and yeah, let's be mate got it there. And if you can
Well-
just craft them, and it's you have one at spawn. Oh.
No, Niels. There's gonna be 2 different like types of that. It's one that's naturally spawn and one you can craft. They don't look the same.
Or they will be
Oh.
different. Oh,
They don't look
Yeah,
the
I
same.
oh, then it's fine.
No.
I think
Ooh,
a bit.
fancy.
Well, so maybe we should move on to. So that's going to be. And the Dragon Fight is going to be revamped. I didn't entirely understand how, but as they said, they basically said that as it stands in their code right now, it's almost exactly like the Pocket Edition fight, which I also don't know. So, but it apparently it's more interesting. So that's
Console edition. Pocket
yeah,
Edition doesn't have an end.
yeah. Pocket Edition just got Nether. They also said
Yay.
that.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
also
full nether.
they showed it like they could go to the Nether, fortresses, blazes, magma cubes, everything. That's pretty cool for them. Although I do not play it, of course. But there's more stuff in the end as well. We should probably quickly talk. There's going to be a new plant called the chorus plant. We do not fully know what its purpose. Like you can eat it, but
Yeah, but
The flowers at the top have a purpose.
yeah, you can use those to replant. That's what you need them for.
do you
apparently.
think you need to harvest plants to get those like fancy blocks and stuff that you use on building, like the purple ones?
That may actually
Probably.
be impossible. I'm not sure. That would be a definite possibility. I'm wondering if we can farm it though, because apparently we need to remove, I guess, the flower box first before removing its support.
Yeah.
So I guess the only way to do this would be to just remove blocks from the top to the bottom or something. So it would probably be something a bit similar to the tree farm, where you have to remove leaves. But
Yeah.
Kind
we'll
of.
have to see about that. But it has probably going to be cool ways to farm it. So that gives some more opportunities.
Does have that you have to break those top blocks to be able to get the new seed for planting a new plant.
Hmm?
On those I don't know how chorus of I don't know how they're called exactly.
Chorus.
You have to break the top blocks to be able to get a seed. If you break any of the other one, you just get the fruit to eat. So
I mean,
yeah, automating it would be harder, I always think, because you have if you
No.
break one of the bottom blocks, the rest of the plant will just go away.
Two
instantly.
words. Challenge accepted.
you just like you start from the top and then you go like downwards with the pistons. It's not harder than that. Just use the normal leaf flusher. That is what is it called? The repeaters have different ticks.
Hmm.
The more delay you further down you get.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe we should also move on to the next topic because there's a lot of things which were shown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could start with that. Basically, I guess the main feature would be the end cities as on a whole. Look, I
Oh,
got
yeah.
the first ladder
Oh, yeah.
right. End castles, end cities. Haha. So yeah, basically there's going to be, probably first talk about the mob Dart, since you posted about it. Maybe you know a bit about the Shulker.
Okay, from what I saw in the live replay that I watched, the Shulker is a mob that condenses himself down to a block when he's, let's say, non-hostile. Well,
Like
would
in
be
his
word.
dormant state, I
Yeah.
guess.
He condenses down to a block, but then when he aggroes, for say, he opens up and he shoots these. What do they call them exactly?
Lasers.
I know that
lasers? They weren't called
projectile.
lasers.
Did
It
they
was-
call them
okay.
lasers?
It was
No, they
shot
didn't
a
call it those.
projectile, and the projectile actually can hit you around the turn. Like he could shoot you from around a
Yeah,
corner.
the projectile basically just aims for you along along straight paths. It only takes 90-degree turns.
Yep.
Like
Oh,
mini zombie minions, but then
and something to
straight.
mention as
Mhm.
well is that the shulker, when it shoots you and the projectile hits, doesn't it give you the levitation effect?
Yes, and
Yes.
the levitation effect is a thing now.
Yep.
Well, you still have to
Yeah,
give the proper name in
elevators.
the thing, but
And
Well,
Doc is
actually-
now having a docgasm.
But yeah, like you can have.
okay. Well,
like,
I
you
don't know
could
if that's really going to help too much with elevators because you saw how slow it was, right?
Yeah.
Now, maybe it's stronger on higher levels, but then the question is how you get higher levels.
It's slower, but would it be cheaper? You think?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, you have to get
Look-
hit by a shulker, and maybe like you go 20 blocks up in a minute, but
But like you could have.
20 blocks per minute.
Yes.
Perfect.
But like if you could make a tier 2 effect, and it's faster, maybe
yeah, but how would you
yeah,
make it
like
tier
how?
2?
See, that's a problem because
like the same way you make other potions tier 2.
yeah, but they actually said that they're not. They probably are not going to make potions out of it. No, wait,
Ah.
they probably are not going to make arrows out of it. I'm not sure about potions. I thought it was like one-hit kills with arrows because you just wait until it wears off and then they.
Well, that was
propagate
poison too.
No, someone asked the question if they would get levitation arrows, and they
Ah.
said that it was fun to play with, but they're probably not going to add it to the game because they think it's too OP. And I don't know about if they talked. I don't think they talked about potions. Wait, there's someone asked if it was brewable, and I think they were still considering that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I hope
Uh,
so myself. That'd be amazing.
Well, I mean, I
Well,
don't
Wha-
see much practicality behind a levitation potion. Like, you can't stop yourself from floating once you've used it.
Milk.
yeah,
Well,
milk,
yeah.
but
But then you go dropping down and take fall damage.
well, yeah. See, they said this thing about, oh yeah, maybe you could use levitation potions to get to other islands, but if you look at how fast you're going up and how fast you're going horizontally,
Oh, yeah.
like if you want to cover a distance of just 100 blocks, you already are way too high to survive it. Well, no, I guess maybe with
But
feather
you
falling
also have a
protection
chance for
before.
ender pearls too.
Yeah,
Or
but
get
then
your
like
water buckets ready to
ender
break your
pearls
wall.
are slower than you at this from a certain point. So
Yeah.
I know, but if you keep track, because you had that thing up in the top right-hand corner now too, which is another feature they added. Seeing
oh
your
yes,
potions on screen, you could track it when it starts to flash. You know to throw your ender pearl because you're going down soon.
yeah.
But what
that's
if you're
interesting.
still far away?
Well, from
Did you-
what it sounds like, you won't be that far because they're not gonna make it to where it lasts 2 minutes long.
I don't know, because I mean, if it's gonna be thousands of blocks away,
It'd be
on
something
the
you could just
islands,
throw.
I don't know. We'll have to see. They'll
Well,
probably
it's
see
not
it,
yet
but
truly implemented, so we're just gonna have to wait to see until it is.
Yeah, because
yeah,
it
like
was
maybe that's a bit of a
potion
ambitious
dot
idea.
levitation was the name of it.
Yeah,
Well,
like they still have to give the proper name.
Yeah, in the in the thing, it wasn't even properly named. It was
Oh
just
well.
like potion dot levitation.
Which is really
Or,
easy
like,
to name
effect
it with
dot
resource
levitation.
packs.
Well, I guess we can move on to other subjects. I think that's most of the end covered, isn't it?
No, they have these teleporter things.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes, the
end
end gateways. They did.
Not to be
That's-
confused with an and gate, an end gate.
No,
God
they named.
damn it.
They said they apparently call them end portals, but they want to call them end gateways. So
And they are
anyway,
used for transport between the middle island and one of the islands. In
yeah, like that's what
outside
they
of that.
kind of meant. So maybe there's going to be dragons on other islands, but
No, I wouldn't. You have to make those new crystals for the new dragons.
oh, okay, yeah, no, man,
So
like I still didn't hear that properly. So
I'm not sure if you can only have one dragon fight in each of the islands, or I don't see the use of that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we should probably quickly mention that in
Well
the
then.
new okay, in the new Ender Dragon fights, basically there will be empty end portal in the center, and all the obsidian spires with the end crystals are just going to have basically are going to be arranged in a circle, and the high end crystals will get iron cages around them made out of iron bars, because as Dinnerbone said, he wants you to go up there and die. So I personally I kind of get the idea, so I can live with that. But for once, I'm going to complain about graphics because I really think that the iron bars looked very poor in the whole end style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really hope I kind of hope they're going to just create an extra block for that or something.
Mhm.
I
Maybe,
think it is-
maybe purplish or obsidianish or something. I don't know.
I had very
Yeah,
few pet peeves
obsidian.
about the whole thing, but when Jeb said there's nothing to do at the end after you kill the dragon, kind of was like, but farms.
They don't. They don't want farms. Like we talked with Grumm later on in the day, and like we just talked about an hour about like all kinds of glitches and cool stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a bug. We should fix that." I'm not even kidding. Like Norwegian, he
Talk
said,
to him then.
Norwegian, he said that like 20 times or something, right?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was like basically, oh yeah, sand tubing and the thing like, and like what the one thing like dungeon tech where I was like, well, that's just the way population works, right? I mean, how are you going to change that? And he said,
Yeah.
well, yeah, actually the bug is that you can push stuff into unpopulated chunks. Like we should do the
But
population
that's
life.
like legit mechanics though.
That I was like, well, yeah, but like you have to put the population in the if you want to have be able to spawn dungeons everywhere, like not with uniform distribution, you need to have that edge around where you can still place your walls. So you need to do it in the center of 4 chunks or something, so you still have some space on the sides where you don't have spawners generated yet. Unless you would like want to put it on in the chunks themselves, but then you have to like store where the walls are going to be generated in other dungeons, like they do with Mineshaft, and that's way more complex. As
Oh,
well, yeah, maybe that's what we should actually do. He was just like saying, not gonna do it. He's never going to do it. But
No,
he
it's
basically
the
doesn't
same
like
as
it.
with the 20 times. Oh, yeah, that we should fix it.
Yeah,
No,
see,
they
like
won't
that
fix
was a
it.
nice idea because like he said it so many times, we know he's not even gonna fix half of it. So like sand tubing with the end portal, like and something I'm not sure if we should talk about it, but he apparently even knew about portal bedrock breaking. Maybe should we cut it out actually?
No, it's been published before.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So apparently he even knew about that. So without watching the else video, so like he pretends he cares, but I don't know if he does. Oh well.
Maybe it's in his job description to care, and he just
Yeah,
acts
maybe
like
that's
he
like
does.
maybe like every time a player asks you about a bug, just tell them you'll fix it and they shouldn't use it. Yeah.
I will fix it. Is that just the answer they should give? I don't care.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but
Maybe, for all we know, maybe Grumm is an avid technical player, but it's in his job description to not be one.
oh my god.
Also,
another
what
new.
if, like you said, he couldn't fix the pushing out of chunks stuff?
Well, he can fix it. That's the thing. Like I guess you could probably have it sort of generate like mine shot.
I was thinking,
That's
like have like a world border for say, but an invisible one for unloaded chunks, and like
It's-
as you load the chunk, it moves the physical border back, but that physical border will stop like pistons and stuff from going past that unloaded.
yeah,
chunk
I guess
area.
like they could try to have some kind of border weight, so you can't push pistons into unpopulated areas.
Yeah, so like
Um,
have like a world border per se, because I know you can't push pistons past the actual world border now. So have an invisible world border at unloaded chunks because the player can never see an unloaded chunk.
Yeah, but you can see the
If you have render distance on
you can see
2,
unpopulated areas technically.
Yeah.
Well, you can basically load an area which is not populated yet. Like on some sites, it will not be populated. But like only basically half the blocks which should be there will not be there then. But yeah, that would be a possible way for him to fix it, and then we can hit him. And then we can start maybe like zero taking stuff and see if that works. Oh well, that would be a lot more complicated technology though. So moving on back to other features. There's not too much more I guess to talk about with the end. So maybe we should move on to the combats. I don't even know combat features.
The dual wielding.
Dual building. Yes, so that's actually not entirely going to be combat feature. So
It's
he
kinda is.
basically Dinnerbone said that like you can use, for example, your pick and your torch together, then you mine with your left hand, and then you place torch with your right hand. But I'm wondering about like there have to be some things like bows, which I mean bows have a right. You can do stuff with a bow with the right hand. So what happens if you're holding both a bow and torches, and well you do right click? Like does it?
then it would
You shoot a
only
torch.
do the right click
will
of your main
prioritize-
item.
Prioritize stuff.
Yeah.
If your
like,
main
Yeah.
item on your main hand, if that has a function on the right click, then I think it would just ignore the right click function on your left hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
I
also
hope so.
removed the sword's right click function too.
And you can like do left hands now instead of the
Yeah.
right hand.
Yeah,
Actually,
so-
it's the main
so that
hand
will-
and the secondary hand, Niels. You
Yeah.
hand
yeah,
list.
main hand and left hand. That's good enough. Some people just have 2 left hands then.
Yay.
Also, shields.
Yes, they're going to add shields.
Oh,
Yeah.
banners
Shields.
on shields.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like
on
you could
shields.
Fucking
customize your
best.
shields to the banners. So
I can have a Norwegian.
Oh my
But
god,
those of
I
you
will
that-
have the most amazing shield ever in single player.
yeah. So for those of you
Yeah.
that when banners first came out, you made a banner that like marked out your territory. Now you can have a matching shield because
Yeah,
who
but-
loves matching.
You could have put a banner on your head using creatives and command blocks and stuff like that. And not in creative, but with commands.
But you couldn't do that in survival though.
Yeah, but now with
But
the
now you
ba-
could
with the-
basically take your banner with you in survival in a way.
yeah, and PvP max up would be cool.
Yeah.
You
Yay.
can see, oh, here's this demon, here's this demon. I can just sell if you have on the server. If you have a shop, yeah, these are branded shields. Look, my logo is on it.
Oh my god!
Yay.
And now you have to pay 2 imaginary diamonds for it instead of 1.
Yes,
Yay.
exactly.
Well,
Pay
that,
for the
that reminds
price.
me of some stuff on our server, but something else we should probably talk about with the combat. They showed the new arrows. We finally know their
Yeah.
function. Well, poisonous arrows, I guess, were already kind of obvious.
Yeah.
So they just poison the enemy. Invisibility arrows
Aren't
make
they
them
just
invisible.
doing all the potion types and the arrows? Because
From
you
what I
can
can
put
tell,
a.
I'm not
you can-
sure, but
They said dipped arrows, and you can dip the arrow with a certain potion. I'm not sure if they're going to do every single potion
But my
or
thing
not.
is, like in real life, they have like if you have bow and arrow, you could buy explosive arrows that have a little gunpowder pouch on the end of them. They should add that to Minecraft in a way. I know
Oh,
it
that
won't
would
be
be
as strong as a TNT block, of course, But if you can
Yeah.
like blow up like 2 or 3 blocks around it, like if you say you're firing at stone blocks,
This could be a bit insane for PvP, but okay.
yeah, but that's what the real life errors are.
But
Well,
this is
well, this is
Minecraft.
More like
Minecraft.
shells, I guess, but okay.
Minecraft, yeah.
And they also have, other than the potion arrows, they have some
And
other
spectral
arrows.
arrows.
Yeah, the spectral ones where you can
What are
see
those
an
made of?
outline of the team color.
Team color, really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They said
Yeah.
it was the team color. So if you're
Which
in
gives
a,
me an idea for a minigame, just saying.
Well, I guess it's white if the person is unteamed, but or the mob
Yeah.
is unteamed.
that's the default color.
Now, I
But
talked
if-
to Spock about this. Imagine UHC with that stuff.
Yeah, you can just see everyone, and there's
One
no
word,
research
Yeah.
you.
anymore.
Yeah, so it'd make a much faster game, too. Like, of UHC.
Why would that be
Yay.
faster?
Because you can see the
Because-
people, and you'll
yeah,
go
like-
after them if you know you have enough armor.
Ah, that's right.
Yay.
And you'll also be
But
playing a
doesn't it-
psychological game.
I
like,
know,
will
because
they
it's a
see
bit-
us too?
Yeah,
Doesn't
because
it
it will be a
only
bit hard to
last-
ambush people. So on that
Isn't it-
hand, I think there's going to be a lot of stalemates.
Isn't it just that it's just lasting for 5 seconds or something like that?
I'm talking about if you had a UHC with it on permanent.
Or permanent? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then people will see each other, and they will just probably try to stay away. And I don't know.
I'm guessing you could see it as long as you can see their name tag. So, I'm guessing once you get
No,
too far
you can
away,
see
you
it
won't,
even when you cannot see the name tag.
like even if
because
it's
it's
across
an
like
outline.
200 blocks
I-
away.
I'd say
No,
like
not from
it
distance.
would be good
but-
in a deathmatch scenario. Like let's say you're running out of time, then like you display it.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh.
Yeah,
So I guess we're going to also mention the spectral arrows.
we could.
Which we just did.
Well, I mean in the show notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry for paying attention, macro. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm looking at the list of stuff that's supposedly.
yeah,
added.
like actually, we should. We'll probably like mostly link to the pictures on Reddit. There will be a link to the Reddit mega thread, which has a link to an Imager playlist or well list, I guess, of stuff.
Album, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, album.
Image your playlist? What?
Here's not much of an added feature, but when you draw a bow, you can see how far back it's drawn on your item bar or your
Yeah,
hotbar.
I also noticed that. I was like, okay. Well, so not like the item texture changes while you're drawing your bow.
That's the same as the what they mentioned earlier. That you can have, depending on the data value, different textures.
Textures, yeah. For example,
that's
the
just
pickaxe,
basically
you can make just like
That
red.
thing applied to the bow.
Also, with the list here, I haven't heard about this myself, but someone else saw no more super secret settings
Oh yeah, that too.
No.
slash broadcast settings too. Like, are they removing the Twitch interface?
Are they?
Like it says
Why?
no more. The list says no more super secret settings slash broadcast settings.
Well, I mean that could just be a test version. So I mean,
Yeah, the Super 6 settings
Yeah.
are going to be removed apparently.
No.
but the broadcast settings. I missed my chat in Minecraft.
Why would they
I know about
remove that again?
Yeah.
That's strange, yeah. I mean, I know the super secret settings. Well, no. Lost Circus told me that they removed that because the Mock Miner was working on that, but so now he left Mojang. There wasn't really anyone using it anymore. But I don't know about because I mean that was quite a useful feature.
It was pretty cool for like certain cinematic effects, I guess.
The
Like
Twitch chat?
being able to change like make your screen a little bit like brighter colored, doing even Dinnerbone game mode stuff. That was pretty fun.
But question: are they also removing the function that if you're spectating a spider, that you have the spider eyes? That's
I
also
mean, that's
using
technically
those,
a blur using. I guess they would have to.
because that's also one of the super secret settings.
And also, I think
things.
if you spectated a wolf, it was all gray.
Yeah, but Creeper they had some stuff they had something.
The creeper was all
Yeah.
green and the Enderman was all inverted, so the end island looked like cobblestone.
I have to show you that because I haven't tried that. So, yeah. One thing that we mentioned earlier that we didn't really get talked about that much was the overlay of what potion you have in the top right hand corner of the screen.
You mentioned that,
Yeah.
right?
I know
We
we
mentioned
mentioned
it.
it, but we
Yeah.
didn't talk a lot about it.
Well, there's
Like-
not much
Well,
to talk about.
Yeah, I know. But like,
I guess like they will stack positive and negative. They have like one list of positive effects, one list of negative effects. You just have like the logo. You don't
Yeah.
actually see the time, and I guess
And-
that's about it.
but you don't see the time. But as it's running out, it starts to flash, and then
Yeah,
the
so you have a bit
closer
of
it
a
is to being
queue.
done, it flashes faster. So that could be useful, like if you're swimming in lava and you have a fire potion on for
Yeah,
some
because-
reason.
Now the only reason to the only way to tell if your potion is running out if you drink a night vision potion and then drink your other potion and then it starts flashing. My potion is almost running out. But if you have
Yeah.
6 potions, then yeah, no clue what is what.
Well, it does show like the different icons.
Yeah, now, but earlier.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
the,
I just wish they would
DIY.
add some redstone-ish blocks for 1.9.
What kind of blocks would they
Oh,
add?
like-
Is it-
Redstone stuff.
Like just
Yeah,
add like
that's
some
a
new
bit
redstone
just
mechanic of some
too
sort.
general.
Something that
I
I
would say
okay,
it's-
something that I've always wanted. The bud block.
No,
The
Yes,
bed
of
block.
course.
Why not, Spock?
we already have bud switches.
But yeah, but a bud block will take what is 3x1 and make it 1x1.
It's
Okay.
just modifying it. All of those mods, yeah, you have this one block. It's really complex, and it can do this specific thing. And I prefer to just have some basic blocks that can do a little thing, but with and combine them to make that thing. So if you want, if that is your reason for a bed block, I would say definitely no.
I think our current butt switches are small enough actually.
Then
Only
maybe-
Yeah,
only
like
problem I
3
have
by
with butt
1.
switches is that of course they have a time limit. So if you like want to have a really fast system where you send stuff into the end want to detect that, like one butt switch isn't going to do the trick because
Yeah.
it's going to crash.
But I have 3 words. 3 words and 3 words alone.
Sandstorm,
No, that's 1 word.
Bayworks, the root, Sandstorm.
No,
I don't know.
I forgot
is
what I was
three
gonna say.
words?
Crap. Thank you, Wout.
Ah, Spock.
Well, good job, Spock. Moving on, I guess.
Wait.
We
Yeah,
will-
move on. Move on.
You can say it later if you get it back.
Yeah.
Get back to it. So what's I guess that's about it for the PC features, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't think of anything else right now. Which also probably quickly mention that Spock Edition is also got an upgrade that they apparently can use controllers now. Though I wonder what the uses of having a phone lay on your table, I guess. But apart from that, you also get Nether, Ocelots, and that's what I remember. from
Wasn't there
it.
like redstone added soon? Not yet, but soon.
Soon? Yeah, so basically not, I guess. I don't know, they could have said that. But
Ah.
I guess that's going to be it for the first panel. That was the main things which we're talking about. Did any of you also watch the second panel, which was like behind the scenes, but also talked a bit about Minecraft? And also a bit
The
about
second
like,
panel?
There was a second panel, and it was also streamed. It was in panel room S1. Well, on
Yeah,
panel
I
room
didn't
S1.
watch any of the other stuff from some because
Yeah,
I
okay.
wasn't there.
So Dark or Macro, were you there?
I didn't see it.
No.
Well,
I said
Norwegian was
sadly
there,
the-
but
Yay.
okay, continue.
Sadly, the only one that I actually watched was the replay of the future panel. I have yet to even see the Redstone panel, which Route was a part of.
Yeah, but that
No.
wasn't even
Yeah.
streamed.
Well, it
Oh,
wasn't
was
streamed,
it?
yeah.
Jang.
Oh.
No, they only streamed the main stage and panel room as
Well,
one.
then, do you have a
Yeah.
recording of it, probably that you could upload, or?
No, I thought Norwegian would possibly record some stuff, but he
Yeah,
did
but my
not.
camera fucking died.
Whatever. But wait, so you
You know-
took out a part of it?
Hmm?
So you took out a part of it?
No, it died through the night. Like
Oh.
it was apparently on or something.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, actually, else you could have gotten the full panel like months on beforehand. Oh my god. Well, we should probably continue.
Oh.
Since Norwegian, I were the only people who saw it. I thought I should probably grab some photos so I can like kind of get a recap for myself.
Yay,
I took a bit of
recap.
photos. Actually, I actually thought the behind the scenes panel was pretty interesting. Like they had like actual slides and discussed some. I guess one of the first things they discussed, or at least one of the first things I saw, I was like 5 minutes later or something.
It was the starship block.
No, that before that, they talked about
Before?
models in 1.8 and 1.9. Models are going to be a bit compacted. For like they basically so apart from just features, they also rewrote some parts like this. So I'll quickly give a recap. I'm not sure what they did for 1.8, but apparently it's like they kind of show some evolution of, for example, their fence model. So fences, like you can have
Oh,
a fence
okay.
without any sides and a fence without all sides, and so basically you have 16 different states for that, and they all have a different model. And initially they would just make 16 different models, or at least that's like the first step. I'm not sure if they actually implemented that because that's a really poor way to do it, of course. And then they were like, well, we can actually do some stuff with rotations and mirroring stuff and such. And that way they already compacted the models for a bit, and then they showed that. But apparently the way in 1.9 they're going to do it, they're just going to split everything up, that the fence model up into the fence pole and like the fence bars, I guess. So that way they can very easily actually just render the fence pole, fence bars, you do a bit of rotation and ifs. So apparently the way custom, but like that, you could say, oh, that's just something internal, doesn't matter too much to us. Well, first of all, it makes the game a bit more compact if they do this for all textures, which they actually did mention, like they did this for a bunch of textures. Let me just grab a list. This allowed them to compact. I hope I have a photo. Oh, we managed to remove, I'm just quoting from the slides, 2 iron bar models, 10 wall models, 16 redstone wire models, 32 fence models, 80 fire models, 114 glass pane models, and possibly more in the future.
Dang.
So, and what they also say is that, well, they talked a bit about backwards compatibility. So, well, of course, you will be able to load new maps with the old system, with the new old maps with the new system. And but what's probably more interesting for us, or rather for map makers, is that, well, these custom resource packs can basically this code that they had with like conditions, like have this render, like have the bars render in this direction, and this direction if this and this is true, like you can kind of have these if statements in your resource pack, as far as I understand it, using JSON tags. Like
That's
now you
pretty
already
cool.
need, and now you already have like metadata for animations, which you have to enter using JSON, as far as I understand. So I guess they were going to add a bit to that file. You can also have some, I guess, like conditions and stuff. So it's not entirely clear at this point, but like I kind of tried to understand at the time. But that was definitely something interesting as well from that panel.
Isn't
And
there already always some JSON in it to determine what block you should use if you have the pumpkin, for instance? That
maybe for some,
use this texture on this side and this on this side and
I
this on
don't. I'm
this
not sure
side.
about that. Maybe.
I saw something
Like
like that.
I know
before.
very little about resource specs. Let's just get that straight. I very
Yeah, me
rarely
too.
make
But
them and just replace a couple of textures, and that's it usually. So, but that I just
only
I found it pretty interesting personally. That's all.
only thing I do with it, you'll take this texture, edit it, and put it back in there. That's everything. None of
Well, yeah,
this
like I
fanciness
made
stuff.
like a yellow screen once because I wanted to record something, and green screen was already a bit too close to one of the colors I had. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. Oh well. Moving on. On my photos, the structure block is next. So,
Mm-hmm.
Norwegian, maybe you want to talk about that.
The structure block is basically you can mark out chests if you want to have like specific loot and stuff. You don't have to do that through code anymore. That is a huge improvement in like actually Grumm said that after we were done with the panel. And you can load up structures like now much easier with this block instead of doing it with code again. Like it's much harder before to like change something, but like for example moving the chest inside of what those called the nether fortresses.
Well, I guess we should probably mention for the viewers that this is just a block they are using. They answered a quick question about that it was about why it's not going to be implemented in, well, the vanilla in the R version, you could say. But I mean, yeah, the reason is just that until now they probably had to say like, okay, I mean, for example, if you have if you write an MC edit folder or something which to generate some structure, you have to say, okay, I want this block at this coordinate with this ID, then and then do that for every block. And it's quite an extensive process. So if you want to like build these big structures, they can. I guess what what you can do, they do with structure block, that it outputs some txt file somewhere which they can copy into their code, and probably that way they have some extra stuff, or maybe they generate like full structure files. I don't know. It's still like they had to cover all of this within an hour, within like I think like actually half an hour or something. Then they had questions, so they had to go over everything very briefly. But in the questions, there were also some other things mentioned, like will we get, maybe we could get a rotate function with clone. So we like because they showed with the structures block how they could easily rotate and mirror stuff for themselves to quickly add a text structure and quickly select the structure and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe there will also be some more features added to, well, you can say the vanilla version. Nice.
Clone would be cool. I like rotating with it. Because now I've seen some old machines that could rotate something that is just mega and I can only clone it
They're
like
not really
10.
mega, like You basically
Yeah, but it takes so much effort to clone it, and if it's just one command, it's
well, I wanted a filter which
awesome.
used the quadratic algorithm. Like basically, if you had a cube of n by n by n in length, you could like it would take about n squared commands to rotate it. But actually, there's an even better algorithm. This was invented by Stefan. He did make a video or something about it, I think, but he explained it to me. Also, he was there at Minecon, by the way. Yay.
Boo.
But I will link to his channel because like it's actually a smart algorithm, and basically by sliding different planes in some ways you can get it done with about 3n um 3n clone commands as well for a cube of n cubed in size. So that's in my opinion that a really linear algorithm, and with that it's already alright. I think when like then you can rotate 100 by 100 by 100 cube with like 300 clone commands or something, so that's not too bad actually.
Yeah,
Bit more actually, I think.
simplicity.
Well, maybe 400, I'm not sure, but like with my algorithm that would take like 10,000. So yeah,
There's some difference.
yeah, actually a bit more even because you can't because you would have need several commands to clone to different cubes. Well, so that's a current state of the algorithm. I don't think it can get any. I don't think you can get it done in constant time. That would be insane. Like constant time would just be a feature with the clone command, I guess. So that's, I guess, the structure block covered mostly. I will see if I can also include a picture of that. Got some pictures on here. Yeah. Apart from that, I don't think there was too much other stuff they talked about on the panel. But on the second panel, but well, they did talk about other stuff, of course. But like, what did the PC developers use? Eclipse, as you may have guessed if you work with Java for a bit. That's a very common IDE used for Java. I do not know what the Pocket Edition people use because they work in C++. They were also there on the panel and talked for a bit about their stuff, but in the end, I guess we mostly cover PC news because, well, it's just more technical properties, and also it's the only one we play. Yeah, we're biased. I'm sorry, but I guess we may have to move on. Like, I don't. I think the questions I remember are the most remembered already are the most important ones. So maybe we
Yeah,
should move on to something
unimportant questions you don't remember those. I think.
Well, I actually wanted to. Actually, I was on the stream probably because there was this question lineup, and I was sitting all the way at the other end of the hallway because I came in late and was just like, okay, first seat, bam, sitting back in the back right, and they like the lineup was on the front left. So JL basically just storms up there. It's like 10 meters away from him. He's like in the second or third spot.
He was sitting there preparing.
Yeah, actually, if
Okay,
you watch the
question, go,
stream,
go,
he
go.
was on there. You probably would have laughed.
Oh, what did he ask?
I think he was the one who asked about the clone rotation commands. I'm not sure. I think that was his question. And yeah, I was pretty awkwardly. I was the first person to be cut off because of time issues. Not even kidding. I was just standing. You can actually watch it on the stream. If once they upload it, probably you can see me awkwardly standing in the front of the line there, just listening to all people's questions.
I think you can still watch it back on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, it was in panel room as one, so it should have been streamed.
I just
Mine-
wish that they freaking broadcasted the Redstone panel.
Well, they were
Yeah.
like you had the main stage, panel room as one, the Platinum Suite, and Expo Hall one, which was also, but that was like a bit of a loud one because it's in the Expo Hall, and the
Yeah.
tournament stage. So those are like kind of 5 positions where were doing stuff.
Hmm.
Like apart from just regular activities like parkour competitions and stuff. So
But with
Yeah.
their they had 3 streams running. A Minecon panel,
Yeah, that's
Minecon
like
main stage, or Minecon stage, and Mojang.
Yeah.
But the Mojang one, there was just a kind of duplicate because it was something from the one, then from the other, and then it was some
Yeah, I
people
guess like they wanted to have a
standing
mainstream.
there. And
I guess they wanted like to have a mainstreams if for people who just want to watch it
Yeah, but
generally
that
and aren't
means
interested in
they
anything
can do
specific.
multiple streams, so they can also do the other stream. But
Well,
no, they prioritized mods and getting started with
It's a
mods or
fair
something like
bit-
that. Then
They
Redstone.
prioritize the people, the panels with the most biggest turnout, which I can understand. I don't think any of the panel. I don't think the panels were really that unrepresentative. Like I'm pretty sure the sizes were well picked. Like the Platinum Seat that like 1,000 people or something could hold. The main stage could hold 10,000 people. The Expo Hall one thing could maybe like hold 300, 400 people or something. That was just a small spot, I think, for the organization. So I think they kind of booked stuff well, so that there was that people that worked out with the amount of people who actually came to watch. And well, as a result, I mean, they streamed the 2 biggest rooms. Like it kind of makes sense to me actually. So yeah, I mean, I'm actually not complaining. It would have been nice
Yeah,
if they streamed the others as well, but
But you could have
it's
been there live, so
yeah, and you
can-
could have laughed at me live. Yeah.
And there could have been Wout memes. There could have been Wout memes made.
There could probably have been memes made about everyone, but I think there are way more Sankar memes if you saw some of the stuff he did afterwards.
Yeah, there's memes to come. Don't worry. Somebody will
Yeah.
upload a
Ooh,
video of it.
plenty of memes.
I just hope I can maybe like with the stuff I have, I can pull off a dramatic Sankar and like a dramatic chipmunk.
Just
What?
hope you don't become the next dedicated Wham guy.
Yeah, I don't think that will be the case. Well, anyway, I guess that's going to be that for the panel. Like we talked before a bit about with Grumm about stuff, but I think we mostly mentioned the importance of being that well, Grumm doesn't like us doing stuff, and that's about it, I guess. I don't know, Norwegian.
Wait, did you ask anything about like iron farms to him?
Iron
No, not
farms.
really.
I don't actually. I think that was one of the few things we didn't discuss. Was it?
We talked a bit before Vote came, but not really anything
Did
important.
they say anything at all about iron farms?
Not in any of the panels, at least.
No, I think they're just going to leave the stuff that as this.
Okay,
I'm more
good.
concerned about the structure though, because that was my question at the panel actually. How stuff's going to go, and I asked Grumm afterwards, and he said, well, the goal. Basically, I asked him, would the RNG and stuff still work the same? Would it still try to pick the right? Will it still pick the same positions as it used to to generate tensions? And he said that's the goal, but actually that seems like a really ambitious goal to me. To just rewrite the entire system and still have the exact same random generation, so that you still generate every spawner the same and such.
Oh yeah.
But it would be cool if they do that. That way we don't have to change any of our technology, I guess. Yeah. I do not know. Is there anything else you should talk about? Well, I guess mainly to Norwegian.
No, not really. That I can think of like right now.
You can what?
That I can think of right now, but no.
Okay. Well, maybe any of you guys saw something in the streams you found interesting.
I didn't watch all of the streams. I just watched that one on Sunday and on Saturday, but I wasn't really watching. Really, it was just background.
What happened for
What?
me was like, it was like, ooh, apparently they're streaming Minecon. Clicks, Stampy. Dang it.
Stampy was like on the main stage right after the start, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it. Like, I can tell you now. Like, as you maybe have expected, 50% ish, maybe 60%. I think actually 50% of the people there were probably parents and children, like British
Yeah.
parents and children who just want to give their child a nice holiday, probably.
Holiday.
Yeah,
With
I'm
a
not.
cup of tea.
Apparently, I'm really bad at British accent. Like I thought, like I've heard so many British accents. I thought I could pull it off, but I tried it a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh my god, I cannot do this at all. So I'm not
Hearing
even
is
gonna
not
try.
believing, Wout.
Yeah, well, I just thought that like considering I can just like try Southern, I could also try British, but it wasn't even trying. It was just awful. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, Norwegian. Do you agree about the demographics I was talking about?
Demographics.
Yes, demographics. Like
Could
the
you
age.
explain that word?
Whatever. Demographics means like distribution of people across ages and genders and.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
This mostly in the Stampy panel. There was like maybe childs. Like 50% of the whole main hall was filled with
Little
young
teeny
people.
ones.
Yes,
The little
tiny
teeny
humans.
Yes, tiny
Tiny
humans.
humans.
You're also tiny. Actually, no, you're not. You're larger than me.
I'm taller than you.
Wait, you
Oh.
are?
Yes.
He is, yeah, and he looks
Dang.
he looks exactly like me, except like he looks a bit. His face is a bit younger, maybe because of his teeth. Oh well.
Because
No,
of
no,
his
no offense. I
teeth.
mean that's just how it works. But
I know.
So Wout is really small.
I showed the picture to my
Yes.
parents. I covered Norwegian's hair. I asked them who is this, and they said, "Well, that's you, of course." I'm not even kidding. So that's what we're talking about. After 18 years, that's what my parents thought. So that I think clears up any
18
subjective
years of
confusion.
raising a child, and that's where it got them.
Well, I guess when it gets to recognizing it, or him, I guess. Yeah.
Or
But
her
we should-
in Norwegian's case. Just kidding.
Oh well. I guess we should maybe wrap it up. What do you guys think? Like it's been about an hour, which I think is good length
Yeah,
for an extra
it's good.
podcast.
Yep.
Good. So, Wout,
Yes.
do your outro.
My outro. Okay, I'm
Outro.
going to now discuss Niels's strange deviation from the typical convention of
I'm
the
micro and
Wout
we're
show.
out. Bye.
No, it works like this. I'm out, and I'm actually not out yet because I still think Niels should have set the voucher from the get-go. So Niels, try that again.
Hard. Wout to the outro. Yeah.
Good job.
Is that good?
Okay, yeah, this time on the voucher we will discuss
Being
Norwegian.
out and being out.
Norwegian being British or claiming to be British, but actually not. being.
Yeah, British artist.
He wasn't
No,
British.
you're not anymore.
Oh.
Well,
No,
anyway,
I'm Swedish artist.
You're now out of
I'm out,
Great Britain.
and I'm finally out.
Yay.
Bye humans.
Bye.
And or
Bye.
other species that are probably watching this in the future.
Good enough.
Okay.
Bye, tiny humans.
See you next time.
Bye tiny humans.
Bye.